Hey guys, so it's time for another Empties video. I've run through a lot of things since my last Empties video, so I thought that I would sit down, go through them, and let you know if I would repurchase these products or not. So let's jump right in. First up is a vitamin. This is the Dr. Emile Nutrition Apple Cider Vinegar Gummies. These are apple flavor, 60 gummies in a container. I thought that this did help with digestion for the month or two that I was taking them. So I would recommend. They were a pleasant flavor. They weren't too strong in the vinegar department, so definitely palatable. Nothing that would make you gag or anything even close. So I did enjoy these. I would repurchase. Some wipes I've run through. The first one is the Ulta Beauty Renewed Reality. I would not recommend these simply because the packaging fell apart within several uses, so they dried out faster than they normally would have. So I would say pass on these. The Bliss Makeup Melt Oil-Free Makeup Remover Wipes. There were only 10 wipes in this packet, so I feel like you would probably get more for your money, so I'd also say pass on these. And then finally, the Sephora Green Tea Exfoliating Wipes. These were painful to use. One side was like a smooth wipe, the other side was like a checkerboard, but it was a raised fabric material. It was very scratchy, and I know it's supposed to be exfoliating, but I found it to be uncomfortable to use, so I'd prefer like an exfoliating cream with like the little micro beads to something like this. It was a little too harsh for my personal tastes. Next up are two products I ran through for my daughter. This one is the Aunt Jackie's Natural Growth Oil Blend Repair My Hair Argan Oil. I think that I prefer the almond scented one over the Argan one, but there was nothing wrong with this one. I really love the dispenser, so I plan to continue to use this bottle and just refill it with a hair oil that I like more. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with it. It worked just fine to keep her scalp healthy, to keep her hair hydrated, so I liked it. And then the second one is the Aunt Jackie's Flaxseed Recipes Don't Shrink Flaxseed Elongating Curling Gel. I use this in her hair anytime I am leaving her hair down and natural to help show off her natural curl pattern. And my daughter is 3C hair. She's got like a coil curl pattern, not an actual defined curl. It's more like a back and forth zigzag, very tight. So I will go through this probably every couple months just because it requires so much to actually show the curl in her hair. But I really like this product, and I can usually find it at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. So highly recommend if you have very tight curly hair, especially African American hair. I feel like it works very, very well. Some hair products I've run through. I ran through both of the Derma E Thickening shampoo and conditioners. These have a therapeutic mint and herbal blend for hair thickening. I use these, and I definitely noticed that my hair started growing a little bit thicker right here where I cut my bangs. Probably wasn't the best choice to show off the thinnest part of my hair, but I feel like that's getting better, and I loved the scent. I love anything with like an herbal mint scent to it. If you're struggling with thinning hair, I would say check it out. I feel like it did something for me, so see if it works for you. The other one that I ran through is the Frieda Sheer Blonde Highlight Activating Brightening Conditioner. I started this last season before I went dark. I did like brunette and a bunch of other colors over the summer and fall during the stay-at-home order. So now that I'm back to trying to get my hair brighter and blonder, I went back to using this. I don't think that it did much for the brightening aspect because I also wasn't using heat tools on my hair. So I feel like that combination is what usually helps to lighten and brighten my hair. It's the blonde activating products plus the heat. I would probably say pass on this one unless you have like light blonde hair already. I went through this MAC brush cleaner. I bought this several years ago. It's normally a pink liquid. I felt like it worked really well the first year I had it, but after the second year, I feel like it just wasn't as potent as using a bar of soap. So I ended up pouring out the rest, which was like this much. Would I recommend buying this over like a bar of soap? No, I would say that my Green Zest soap cleans my brushes just as well, if not better than some brush cleaners I've tried. So I would say pass on this one. Nail polish remover. This is the Beauty 360. I think this is the generic CVS brand. Worked just fine. It's affordable. I am currently using the spray away ones when I have liquid polish. Otherwise, I am using the Mineral Fusion nail polish remover for my Color Street nail strips. Honestly, I feel like most nail polish removers work just fine for me, so I'm not super picky. So it worked just fine. I would repurchase. Good. Setting spray that I ran through and really like is the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. I would recommend this one. I think it's a good setting spray. It doesn't make your face overly dewy. It doesn't move things around. You can go really heavy-handed or really lightly and it still works really well. So I would say this is one that does prolong the wear of my makeup, so I would recommend. Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder from IT Cosmetics. I really like this one. If you apply it too heavily, you can look a little white because it's a white powder. But I use this with a brush and I dust it all over, and it does help to fill in pores, smooth out skin. Would recommend. I finally finished up an entire pan of my favorite bronzer. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Bronze It bronzer in the shade Light. I have repurchased it already because I think it's so fantastic. It's like this great neutral undertone. There's none left. I don't even know why I'm showing you the pan. It's a neutral undertone. It has a hint of sheen to it. It works as a contour and a bronzer. It's just a fantastic product. The Juno & Co. Miracle Cream. This stuff was good. I mean, this was sent to me in PR, but I really like this. It works as a moisturizer and as a primer. It does help to smooth out the skin and really prep it and hydrate it for whatever's to come afterward. I think this is a good moisturizer, so I would recommend repurchasing. I would recommend this one. A deodorant that I ran through, this is the Dove Even Tone Calming Breeze Vitamin B Antiperspirant. I usually use the cucumber one. And this one was fine. It showed up a little bit more white on my clothes than the other one that I normally use, which is the cucumber one. It goes on white but dries clear. So it was fine in a pinch, but I don't think I would repurchase this one. Yeah. The La Vie Velvet Micro Exfoliating Cream. I liked this, but I would not repurchase. It had very, very large exfoliating beads in it, so it was pretty rough for the skin on the face. So for that reason alone, I would say no. But in this same line, their facial moisturizer is very rich and very hydrating, so I would recommend that one. The primer I've run through is the Body Shop Tea Tree Pore Minimizing Primer. I have purchased a backup. I really like this, especially for when my skin is irritated or if I'm getting an acne breakout. It has the tea tree oil in it and it's pore minimizing, so it's like 2-in-1. So I really like this one. If you can get your hands on it, I think it was like $3 or $4 at Marshall's, I'd say pick it up. A little sample of a La Prairie product. This is the Skin Caviar. I would not recommend this. It is so heavily fragranced that I did not enjoy putting it on at all. So very floral, so potent. The product itself was fine. This is the Essence in Lotion. I just can't get past the scent, so I'm going to say not a repurchasable product for me. I've run through a brow product, guys. That rarely happens. This is the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Mascara Gel. I love this stuff. It's got a really small wand. It coats my lashes well. It keeps them in place. It adds a tint of color. It's just what I want on those fast makeup days, so I would recommend this and I would repurchase. Pixi Detoxify Depuffing Eye Patches. Would not repurchase. I have not had any luck with any of the eye gel patches. They all leave my skin a little bit sticky, so that if I use them before makeup application, my makeup will just peel off. I've had this experience with the Derma E ones, with the Mary Kay ones, with 2 of the Pixi ones. Some say that you're supposed to rinse it off afterward, but what's the point of putting skincare on your face if you're just supposed to wash it off afterward? I don't understand that. So I'm going to say pass on this. There's lots of other Pixi products that I love. Next up is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Liner. This one is so easy to use. It's a felt pen liner, easy to draw on, inky black. It even has like the shaker ball to mix up the product inside. It's a really good inky black liner, so I would recommend, and I believe I have repurchased. Next up is a fun little product. This is the I Do Care Straight Radiate Radiance Moisturizing Gold Gel Cream. I use this stuff as like a primer all over my face, and it gave me just this beautiful like apricot glow. I really loved using this under my foundation as a primer. Highly recommend. It just kind of dried out too quickly, so I couldn't use the rest of it, but I do really like this product. A mascara that is in the bin simply because it's too hard to remove. This is the LA Girl Lash Fiber 3D Dimensional Mascara. It gave me a ton of volume, a ton of length, but it was a beast to remove. So for that reason alone, it's in this pile and I'm not going to be repurchasing it. I have other fiber mascaras or lifting mascaras that I like a whole lot more, and I can get almost this effect, so for me it's not worth the trouble of the removal. Ran through a dry shampoo. I know I told you guys that I was going to compare dry shampoos like a year ago. I never did, so I'm sorry. I just keep using them and I forget which ones I like and which ones I don't. This one was fine, it worked just fine. This is the Got To Be Fresh It Up Dry Shampoo, Clean and Refresh for all hair types. It works. The only time I don't like a dry shampoo is if it leaves white residue in my hair or if it has a weird sprayer. This one didn't do either, so it was fine for me, but I will not be repurchasing because I have so many dry shampoos to go through already. A lipstick that I sadly had to throw away because it is expired is the MAC and Selena Glaze lipstick. This shade is so pretty. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like a mauve, hard to explain, like a mauve berry pink hybrid. It's a really pretty color. I wish it was a permanent shade. It's really pretty, but sadly it has gone expired, so it's time to throw it away. I'm not sure if I included this one in my last empties. This is the MAC Creme de Nude Shade Sense Eau de Parfum. I love this one so much that my husband bought one for me, so I do have a backup. I still love this scent. It's like vanilla, coffee, sugar. It's just so delicious. I love it. Another empty is the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. These help to exfoliate, tone, and brighten. I like these because the pads already have the product on them. You can just pull one out, swipe it all over the face before makeup application or at the end of the day, and you're good to go. So I like the ease of these, and I have repurchased. I already own more. Eye drops. I've gone through 2 of these CVS Redness Relief eye drops. Usually what happens is these expire before I can use them. These both expired in May of last year. But with all those problems I've been having the last year with red pigment irritating my eye, I've gone through a lot of eye drops because of those red pigment reaction issues I've been having. So would I repurchase the CVS brand? Yes, I would. Next, we have this Simple Hydrating Booster product. I don't even know if Simple makes this anymore, but I would add this to my moisturizer for extra hydration, or I would add it to a primer for hydration, or just apply it all over the face as a first step in my makeup routine. I didn't notice any extraordinary increase in hydration and glow during the day, so for me, I would not repurchase this one. And finally, we have the Maybelline Lash Sensational Curvitude Mascara. I did not care for this one, and that is why it is in the trash bin. It just has a very weird, I don't even know what's going on with it. Perhaps it's expired. Perhaps I got a bad one. I like the original Lash Sensational Mascara, but this one, no good. So those are all of the products that are in my beauty trash. Hope you guys enjoyed hearing little quick reviews of each of them and if I would recommend them or not, if I would repurchase or not. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.